But you gotta have a valid question. Call back in 5 minutes, all right?
All right.
I need an angle where you can't really see the bags under my eyes.
Are you interviewing this? Are you interviewing or something? What you what you doing? You interviewing?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. Lies. All right, so we need a prep. So you answering the phone. You need to know
Alright,
what
y'all,
the
we
question
live.
is. When people start getting crazy, you don't need to know.
About to go live.
I got you.
As soon as they ask something that ain't pertaining to real estate, cut them off.
Y'all hear that? If it don't pertain to real estate, we're not answering the question.
Cause I already know how y'all do. I'm not playing with y'all today. I'm gonna track you down if you ask something crazy and try to put me on the spot. I'm tracking you down.
Mira, whenever you're ready, we're going to do a special on Muslim nurses.
What? They popping too.
Yes.
Say good evening.
Huh?
Who are you?
You know who I am. Stop
Oh,
playing.
you are
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Philly Realtor. Everybody know Philly Realtor. Let's go.
We about to go
I don't know
live.
who you were before.
I think I, all right, let me turn up. Tell me when it's time to be professional.
No, you know who you are.
How many minutes?
10 seconds.
Oh, I need more long time than that to change my voice. Can I be regular?
Yes.
Be regular.
Thank you. Okay.
Relax.
I don't want to be stuck up.
Relax.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Very good. How are you?
I'm good. You're listening to the Covered in Business Network radio show. We're live every Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Today, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm a little hungry.
Yeah,
I'm real hungry. So,
Real hungry.
Asia, where's our food? Where's our food at, Asia? So, we're waiting. We're getting some salmon and shrimp. But we're going to have a good conversation. You hear me?
I'm allergic to seafood. Aisha.
That ain't my fault you allergic to seafood.
You had a whole menu you could pick from. It wasn't just salmon.
It was fish. She can't even eat fish.
Rice?
You can't eat fish either?
Rice and cake for you.
Don't blame me.
All right. Say no more.
Make sure that he only gets rice, because rice is sufficient.
Say no more.
Well, today, we're still continuing our A Few Good Men series. Today we're going to be talking real estate. We have the mastermind behind it here. I'm excited because everybody knows him. Everybody but me. So I'm excited.
And me, it's okay.
So I'm excited to really get to know about real estate. It's been something I've been passionate about. And we also have a guest co-host here. So I want you to introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Karima. I'm new to the business, covering business organization, but I've been with Aisha for years. We grew up together in West Philly on Hoop Street. But alhamdulillah, she's my sister in Islam now, and I'm just here to support her and get to fill of the radio station, because I will be working with you guys from now on.
Yes,
Inshallah.
So I'm your co-host, Jamila Islam, and I'm here with
Angela Havens, owner of Amatula's Treasure, and it looks like food is in the building, but I don't think they can eat it. So
And we can't eat till it's
no,
over?
you have to wait.
and we're
Oh,
also
wow.
here with
Doniell Williams, Philly Realtor.
Aisha Sims, founder and co-owner of the Covenant Business Network, owner of DIY Cafe, co-owner of A Step Above, and founder and executive director of United Ummah Philly.
She busier than me.
So let's talk real estate. I want you to introduce yourself. Why do they call you Philly Realtor?
It was a name I pretty much made up. I'm from Philly. I don't reside in Philly now, but I'm from Philly, and I've been there a long time, putting my mark on the ground. So I felt as though Philly Realtor was definitely warranted for what I do. I've been doing real estate for a long time. Bought my first property like in 1995.
Show up. What type of property was it?
Actually, it was commercial. The first one I bought, yeah, it was commercial.
What made you go with commercial first?
I had some money. I just didn't really know where to put it. It was just the first vacant property I seen, and it was like I want 10,000. I was like, all right, I got that, and I just bought it, and we rehabbed it and made a 2-story hair salon, and it just worked out for me for a little while, and I wound up selling it. And then my interest in real estate just been there ever since then.
What's the intrigue with it?
Making something old into new. You know, I'm very interested in seeing things as ugly turn beautiful.
Okay. So
That's why I put on eyeliners.
get with her. So my next question for you is, what's the legality of it? Is it easy to just purchase property here in Philadelphia? I should say.
He said no legal questions.
That's not a legal question.
Yeah.
That's a general question for a realtor. Because I want to buy a property. So is it something that is going to take me, I need lots and lots of money. I need lots of lawyers. And, you ask one person, they're going to tell you need this whole long list. It's impossible. Because you just made it sound real easy. $10,000, I got property.
I mean, you gotta remember that was like in '95.
Okay.
So now there's a little bit different. $10,000 might get you something in the bottom of Kensington right now. Nothing is really 10,000. The city is kind of congested with a lot of investors. A lot of people want to do exactly what you're thinking. But it's not hard. It's not hard. I mean, if your credit is where it needs to be and the finances is in place, then you can pretty much do whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's only difficult when your credit score is below a 620 and you're working with $2,000.
Okay.
We get a lot of that. I mean, those are the dreamers. There's nothing wrong with dreaming, but, you really, when you messing with real estate, you really gotta, step up to the plate. You gotta be where you financially ready.
I've seen some people, especially on Instagram, they're like, oh, if you have a credit score of $550 and $5,000, you can buy this dream house. Are they selling me a dream, or is that a reality?
I mean, the reality of it is, and I don't really sugarcoat nothing. 550 credit score is gonna be difficult to do anything.
Okay.
They're going to try.
To a rental for $550.
They're going to try. They're going to try to put you in a situation where as though they can boost your credit score a little bit more, to get you to the point where you can really actually purchase a house. But 550 credit score and 580 credit score, anything under 620 is getting manual underwritten. That means that they're going to underwrite it in-house, and they're going to look for certain things that to go with that 550 credit score, like management rental history, which saying is that not that you rent off of me, but you rent from an actual rental company, and they can verify that you paid every month on time. They're gonna look for canceled checks every month on time.
Okay.
They're gonna look for other things such as different trade lines that you might be able to have to get letters for to verify that you paid things on time. So it's just not going to be as easy as it looks.
It's a little more difficult.
Yes.
So if I have 650, is my life easier?
Life definitely easier with 650.
Okay. Is it from a finance perspective, or is it from just the seller selling it to me, willing to sell it to me?
Finance perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easier from that perspective for a 650 credit score.
Is it commercial? Because you said your first property was a commercial property. Is commercial properties easier to purchase than maybe a home?
No, absolutely not. I mean, commercial properties is always more. There's a lot of detail into it than residential.
Okay.
Most people that do commercial is people that are been doing it a little while. I just really, to be honest with you, when I first purchased the property, it was mixed use. I had it zoned and I turned it in fully commercial.
Okay.
But it's it's some work. It's actually it's not just I'm going to go into buying some commercial and everything will play out, because it's a different ball game. A lot of realtors don't even do. A lot of realtors not even really qualified to even do real estate on a commercial side.
Okay.
So you can go to real estate school and you can get your license to sell real estate, and you definitely can do commercial deals as well. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean you qualify.
I see that you're taking classes now, right?
I was taking Delaware law. I'm done that. I passed that class successfully. Now I'm just going to take the test to get my Delaware license.
Was your 85?
Yeah, with 85, and I ain't
That's
study.
good.
I ain't do nothing.
That's good.
I ain't pick up not one book. I just. He said you do any studying.
Based
No,
off of knowledge.
I'm in real life. I don't do no studying. I knew what it was.
That's all.
I Instagram the whole time and mess with my phone the whole time in class.
See, that's a student that I'll be kicking out of my class.
Yeah, I ain't do
You
nothing.
on the phone the whole time. Yeah, you.
But he
you
got
gotta
good
go.
grades.
It doesn't matter. You
He got good
you
grades.
can't be on the phone when you're supposed to be.
Well, I was in the back of the class, so
That's why
nobody
he got
really.
85. No, that's why he got an 85 and not 100.
Yo, my man said that to me though. My man said that.
I have a question.
Sure.
This goes two ways. Why real estate? One way, was it an accidental career for you? Did you always dream to be a realtor? And the second way, to people who are in college, like my nephew is in college now. He has a football scholarship, but he is now thinking about going into real estate. Why real estate?
For me, I think that real estate was just something that I just kind of fell into. When I first started, like I said, I purchased the first property. I really didn't know what I was doing. I probably spent $40,000 in just mistakes, paying people, doing it. Inspectors come in, know that's wrong, rip it all out. So it was something that I really kind of fell into back then. Then I went to school in 2000, I think, and took the class. I didn't do anything with it. I took the hours, passed, but I didn't do anything with it. And then to me, it just was, excuse me, water. Yeah. So to me, it was just one of those things where it was easy, and like some things just gonna come naturally to you. And real estate was one of them. So one of the reasons that I think that I'm really kind of successful in what I do, and I have a lot of people and I close a good amount of deals, is that because I've been a contractor since 2006. So a lot of my clients are investors. They're people that I actually fix their properties. I'm an electrician as well, so I actually done wired their buildings. So when I was seeing that they was purchasing properties from different people and they was going through different things with different realtors, I just was like, yeah, exactly. And I was just like, I can sell them the property and I can fix it. I can make both. I can make all the money. And the light just went off, and that's just what I did.
So purchasing from
You see somebody's question.
Somebody, I can't. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see that.
It's how do you do it without any riba involved?
Any more involved?
Interest.
Islamically, riba is something that Allah exposes.
So how do I do the
How
real estate?
do you purchase properties without using interest?
All cash. I mean, that's the only thing. All cash. I mean, if you don't want to,
it's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, we've been doing it for a long time, so it's definitely possible.
What did you do? A savings plan? Did some?
This is one of the questions my lawyer told me not to answer.
Alright, we can move on. Well, I mean, in Islam, you don't, reveal stuff that's not necessarily.
No, I'm just joking. But I mean, it's just really, I think that everybody gonna get a start from somewhere, and if you don't use your credit to utilize real estate, then it's gonna be all cash, or it's gonna be from investors. I mean, these days, a lot of people really can't get together to put money together to do nothing. So it's gonna be all cash, and it's gonna be on you. And that's really it. You can't really do it any other way without paying interest. Because if I lend you $100,000, I want some interest. If I lend you $200,000, I want some interest. So I don't really know no one that's gonna lend you some money and don't want nothing back for all the money.
How do you tell someone that's trying to build their credit and they're thinking about getting into real estate? How important is real estate, like having your own property? How important is it?
Well, I think being a homeowner is real important. I have a lot of people that rent from me, and everybody probably know me. I do a lot of rentals in Philly. So I have a lot of people that rent from me, but a lot of times these people are really actually qualified to actually buy. A lot of people is really scared to buy. I think that it's real important because what you're doing is you're building a foundation for you and your children and your family You can rent, but I mean, if your kid go to college for 4 years and you renting, do they actually say, you know, you want a year lease or month-to-month lease? Do they actually say, well, I'm going home? Or, you know what I mean? Like, how do you really say, because you might not be there when they come home. But if you buying a house and that's where you plan to plant your grandchildren and your children, and it's stable. You know, the landlord can sell a building and that's not home no more. So, you know, when you have children, I think your responsibilities is a lot greater to actually purchase your home, whereas though you can have somewhere stable for your children and family. But I mean, if you're single and you're a Rolling Stone, then, you know, it doesn't matter. You can rent, and you can live pillow to post. It really don't matter. You know, but with them kids involved, you know, we got to do a little bit better.
Please.
Going back to your contracting, electrician, and such.
Right.
When you see a property, do you see it through the eyes of a realtor or the contractor and such? And when you're looking to sell it, do you sell it based off of where? Do you help your clients to see the potential?
I basically look at it as if the property is what it is, because see, a realtor really don't sell property. The property really sell itself. So
Okay,
only thing I'm
stage it.
most people in Philadelphia, if it's anything under 200,000, they're not really staging, because staging really costs.
Yes, it does.
So people really don't. I mean, people either trying to get out because they up under a mortgage, or they trying to get a couple dollars. You know, they trying to got 40,000 in equity. They're not really trying to pay 4,000 to stage nothing. So that's when you really kind of selling $250,000, not really $500,000 houses, $1 million houses. People staging because, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 really don't matter to them. You know what I mean? But in a city where the properties are, you know, mixed, you know what I mean? If you're not selling condos downtown, or, you know, if you're selling a $200,000, $150,000 house in Overbrook, nobody's not staging. You know, you should. You know, a lot of times people be mad at me when I tell them to take the green carpet out, or I tell them to paint all the walls neutral. People be mad. They don't want to do it.
I love the gray.
Gray works.
Well,
Gray
it
works.
changes the perception of it,
yeah,
because I can't, you know, a lay person, even, you know, someone who lives in their own house, they may never have seen it other than the way that it was. I know people that what they moved into, they've been there for 5 years, it still looks the same. The walls is exactly the same,
I'm
and
guilty
such
of that.
like that.
I'm guilty of that. I had my house built 3 years ago. It still look the same. I haven't
Are
painted.
your
I
walls
painted the
green?
kitchen.
Are your walls green?
No, my wall's not green.
Everything is neutral.
Everything is new. No, my kitchen. I painted my kitchen. That's
What color's
done.
your kitchen?
It's like a burgundy, like red. But
Brick-
burgundy,
you
not
mean brick red?
like a burgundy, like the color of that sign is. It's like that.
Okay.
You know, but it's nice. But that's the only thing I painted since I've been there. So I'm guilty of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
So what would be, for someone that's interested into going into real estate, this food is so good, I'm sorry.
Well, you can't eat on air. Come on. Not today.
You know you want to eat your food.
I'm away though. I'm interested. Let's get started. I want to drink. Like, let's get some. I'm just playing.
We're not going to go to that conversation.
No, not today. This is not. This is.
What are some quick steps that you would give people that's interested in purchasing, like from the first step to the final step?
As a homeowner or as an investor?
Investor.
I mean, as an investor, the first thing, I mean, you can't do nothing without no money. I mean, I'm not sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to sell you no dream. I'm not going to tell you come to a seminar on City Line Avenue and buy my book for $9.99 and everything's going to be good. I'm not going to tell you that. You need money to do everything. You need money and credit. So if you have either one of those, I mean, things work out for you. But if you don't, I mean, it's a long shot. That's just it. I mean, a lot of people call me. A lot of people DM me, text me, and they want to get into real estate. A lot of people don't really, how can I explain? A lot of people don't really like the way I am, because I'm just straightforward and I'm aggressive. And I tell you, I'm not going to waste your time. Like, if you tell me that, you know, you're trying to buy something, your credit score 550, you got $1,000 in the bank, I'm going to tell you that's not going to work. Call me back when you get a little bit more and your credit score is high. Because that's simply just because I just don't want to waste your time. But if you have questions to certain things that I can answer, I'll answer those as well. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just not selling no dreams. It is what it is with me. You should respect that. I don't waste your time, don't waste mine.
How much should they have in their bank account?
It just depends on what they're trying to do. I mean, when you buy an investment, you can invest anything from 10,000 to 20 million or more. I mean, it just depends on what level you thinking on, what you trying to do. Everybody is different. Some people come in this, and some people say, I just want to buy a little house in North Philly just to collect $750 rent. Then I got other people that come and say, yo, I want a 18 unit building. So it just depends on.
I want that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want that. That's
So we got small dreamers and we got big dreamers.
I'm
So
a
it
big
just
dreamer.
depends. But it is a such thing that there is a too small amount. So 1,000 ain't gonna work.
Or the $10,000 houses.
They're out here. I mean, you got to do work to them, but it's nothing 10,000 really in the city of Philadelphia right now that's ready to go. Because the city of Philadelphia, we all from Philly, I assume, so we take Philly for granted. But Philly really is a major market for real estate.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not from Philly. I'm from New York, and I have to say it really shocked me that more people, especially Muslims, did not take advantage of the resources
people
that
come
are
out of the state to come into Philly to buy.
Yeah, even where our masajids are, it's like, why is it that the whole block is not owned by the Muslims? You mentioned earlier about coming together as a collective and purchasing. I'm a New Yorker. In the 90s, it was like houses was everywhere. And it's not just recently that men became contractors, electricians, and plumbers and such like that. So was there ever, or have you ever thought about starting like an organization of, Muslim men to come up with maybe that type of thing?
The problem with that is that most people haven't changed their way of thinking.
Okay.
So most people are still kind of stuck. You'll find a day that you can be like, I can be doing a certain thing and what I like to do, and it makes money and it makes sense to me and it may make sense to everybody in here. But that don't mean that it's going, if we all put it together, that it's going to come together. Because everybody want to be the boss. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem with investment groups and people putting money together. Everybody want to be the boss. But me, and we live on air, and I don't know how many people listening, but the bottom line is the check. It don't matter about who's the boss. I don't care if you the boss. I don't care if your name on it. As long as my check is here on Friday. Because that's what makes my life and my family be able to go on trips and buy a house and go. Like, that's what the check. It's not about me being the boss.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, not one person can't do everything. We need to realize that everybody is an expert at whatever they are an expert at. She can be good at what she's good at, she's good at what she's good at, he's good at what he's good at. All together, we can be the biggest, greatest empire. But like you said, everybody wants to be a boss.
Yeah, that just really don't happen too often. We sometimes got a couple guys that get together, they'll make some things happen. But it don't happen often at all. So, we kind of still just stuck in this pattern where as though is every man for himself and things don't work out. So I can't change the world. So what I do is just try to make sure that I'm straight. If it changes during the process of me out here making moves, then great, I'm in. But if it don't, then at the end of the day, I gotta make sure I'm straight. Them kids I have straight, and we gonna go from there.
Okay. I'm curious. I have to ask. Although this topic, racism, is very relevant in our time today, which it shouldn't be, but I'm used to seeing a lot of Caucasian realtors and they make so much money. Is there, are you able to make that, or people look at you in a different way because you're an African American realtor? Do you lose customers because of this, or do you have to work extra hard, or you gotta pretend to be, how to be fake?
Nah.
Not fake, but you gotta. Do you see yourself being able to get to the highest level as an African man, as an African realtor?
I do, because I believe in me. So at the end of the day, that really don't matter. Like how I'm here today, that's really how I am as a realtor. Period. I'm never in a suit. It just isn't warranted for what I do.
He's not. Let's see what you got on.
Yeah, I'm in jeans, sneaks. Like this is just me. Like I close deals just like this. So the answer to
Big
her question,
deals,
the
big deals.
answer to her question is, no, I don't really see it as an obstacle. A lot of people put imaginary obstacles in front of them that really isn't there. When I first started and I became a realtor, I was in one of the offices that people probably, I tell people the office I was in, people was like, wow, you was there. I was in Keller Williams and Bluebell. I mean, it wasn't many black people there, but I started there.
Okay.
Because they own everything.
Yeah, that's why I started it out there. So, I mean, it wasn't a major obstacle. I didn't feel like, oh, well, I'm black, I'm going to be limited. I didn't feel like that. You know, people just be putting up imaginary walls that really don't.
It's all in the mindset of the people.
Limits our people, our African American people.
Yeah, your mindset.
So much because
Your
they
mindset.
think, oh, the white man is prohibiting me from doing this, or I can't do that because of the white man and this and that. You think that's one of our biggest problems?
I think it's a start to one of the biggest problems. I think that it do exist and it's there somewhat, but I mean, most of the real estate is your personality. Like, people don't really, the people, I deal with a lot of investors. I'm not really a home buyer realtor, but I do people that buy homes. I'm really more of an investor. I'm really a listing agent. I really list properties. People do put that wall up, and when they do, they don't really get the results because they're not really even sure of themselves. Like, they feel like, oh, the white person is and that, when it really don't really exist. It's just all imaginary.
That's good to know.
So basically, to sum it up, it's your level of confidence.
Yeah, confidence level gotta be high.
Ability.
Yeah, anything you do, your confidence level gotta be high. It gotta be real high. Anything you do. I mean, I don't care if you're selling Q-tips. You need to be high. You know,
Best
you need
Q-tip ever, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you gotta sell, and you gotta promote, and you gotta.
This
push
is the
yourself.
fluffiest Q-tip.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta believe in yourself. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. You know, and a lot of that starts from with black people. Black people just, probably off topic. Black people don't really even know where they come from and where they going. Like, a lot of people, like I have Mexican people that work with me.
Don't know their potential.
And they know where they come from. They proud of their country. Like, they hear, but they love Mexico, and they love Honduras, and they love where they from. You know, they got the flags, they listen to the music, they eat the food. Black people just hear and they don't really know. It's just like, yo,
we don't have a culture.
We don't really know. Like, we live in America, but like, where we really from? Like, where we really originate from. So when you don't really have nowhere to claim, it's kind of hard to kind of
have
yeah, exactly. And I don't really know. I'm being honest. I don't really know. So actually, to be honest with you, over the weekend I had ordered the DNA thing. Exactly, because I want to know.
So I could say you like a little bit of Chinese.
So I want to know, because whatever I am, y'all gonna know what I am. Y'all gonna see the flag on my page. If it's saying from Russia, you gonna see a Russian flag on my page. If it's saying from China, listen.
That's good. I got something for you. $9.99.
Yo, listen.
I
want to know, because I think that really works. I read the reviews and I think it works. Like, they take your DNA, they just run it through a bunch of people that took DNA, and they can kind of match you from the DNA. Say, look, you're 90%, from Ethiopia, wherever you're from, but you should kind of know. You know what I mean? You should kind of know where your roots from, so that way you can have something.
Especially if you have insecurities in who you are as a person.
I don't really have no insecurities.
No. You just have that. Inquisitiveness.
I want to know.
Of it. You just want to know what the makeup
What is
is.
black
But
women come from?
You have some people that they are insecure in who it is that they are as a person because they can't identify with something.
Exactly.
So then that then stops you from being able to move forward and such like that. You have people that have fear of success. I never knew that there was a such thing until I actually had a student who went through my entire program the last week, and they quit. And I'm like, how do you spend all of this money? You do all of the work, you're a 4.0, you get to the end, and then you just disappear. And, my president was like, fear of success. Because once you get to that point and you earn whatever it is, now people expect other things from you. They expect you to now move to the next level.
Well, I want to find my Indian roots, because the government give you good deals.
You're hearing Indian. I don't know. And you gotta have you ain't Indian. You might be from the Mandingo tribe or something. You're African. You ain't no Indian.
So off air we did talk about, some of the things that you're looking for your future.
Right.
So you want to expound a little bit on that?
It was like 20 minutes going. I forgot that fast when we talked about it.
You want me to remind you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sure.
I forgot.
So you were saying that, as it relates to the real estate business, you feel that you've succeeded in what it is that you wanted to accomplish, and now you're ready to move to the next level. Right.
So when I first became a licensed realtor was almost 3 years ago. When I first started, when I walked in the door, I had like 3 deals. From the day I got my license, I had 3 deals. Yes, so I closed some deals. I mean, it's not a lot more than a lot of realtors, but I closed a lot of good deals, and I closed difficult deals. I made things happen. I leased a lot of properties. So at this point, I'm beginning to start to move in a different direction at this point. I conquer a lot of stuff, and once it gets bored to me. So it's starting to get bored to me a little bit. Even though money is good, it's still starting to get bored to me. So right now I'm just kind of starting to pass things on to other people, whereas though I can still collect the check, which is most important. And once I can kind of fully control that, I'm going to move in a different direction where I'm going to challenge the big leagues. Like I'm going to go into I'm not there yet. I'm going to challenge the big leagues with $1 million, $2 million properties. I'm going to do some things in New York. I'm already doing some stuff in Atlanta, Delaware. That license is coming soon. So I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to just see what they got to offer, and I'm going to go head on. But anything I do, I'm going to win. So I'm not even. It's not even really. I don't even consider it a challenge. Like it's just that's just where I'm going. Like I'm gonna win. Like I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it happen. Don't nothing stop me. I jump over every wall that you put in front of me. I go around. Like everybody that know me, like yo, he don't stop. And I got a lot of different businesses that I'm involved with, which is it's just not real estate. So,
what are they?
Share?
Also, I have a trucking company that auto transport, and that's coming up. I'm a contractor. I'm an electrician. We have some other things like that's in the works that we really gonna focus on and just collect the check. So I'm trying to wean out the things that require a lot of my time for a check and pass it on to other people. Whereas so I can just sit back and really just
residuals.
Yeah, not really. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about too. The residual. A lot of people come to me and they say, Don, should I rent or should I flip? And a lot of times people don't like my answer. And a lot of people say, oh, we need residual income. And I do believe in that. Don't get me wrong, I do believe in residual income. I just been in the management. I have a management company also that manages real estate. So I've been doing that for a little while now, and we manage real estate. We get great results. We kicked out some people. We evicted some people. Yeah, but our track record is probably like 98% out of 100. Like we probably kicked out of 100 people. We probably evicted actually 2. So our track record is good. But as somebody, if you came to me and you said, I got $200,000, I want to invest. I want to buy a couple houses. At first, when I first became a realtor, I probably would have told you, okay, cool, let's go buy some houses, and let's buy one for $50. You can collect $1,000 a month off that one, and let's go get some more. I would have told you that. Today, I don't really feel like that because I'm more experienced. I've been in the field. That it works, but then it don't work. It's more of a headache. I'm more into flipping at this point. I feel like if you put $100,000 on the ground, $1,000 a month, $1,200 a month back in return for $100,000 on the ground that somebody might pay you every month, that you got to go to somebody else to kick them out your house, that you put $100,000 on the ground. I don't think it's worth it. So I tell my people, yo, go ahead, buy something for 80, put 30 in it. Let's make another quick 20 or 30 out of it, and let's do that 3 times a year. You at $90,000. Most people, you can do that and still sleep in your bed and get up when you want. You still a boss. You call me, I'm the contractor. You call me and say, yo, Don, I need you to do X, Y, Z. You can stay in your bed and still make $90,000 a year. Most people can't do that. But or you want to put $100,000 on the ground and hope somebody give you $1,000 a month. They might pay you if they keep their job. Like, seem like the landlord is the last to get paid, but they don't want to keep a roof over your head. It's just not working, and this is just from my experience. Some people get their rents on time, you know, and that's cool, but I wouldn't tell you to do that.
So, speaking of which, I'm actually in, I don't know how, but I'm in a real estate meetup group, and I listen to some of the things that they're talking about. One of the things that was prevalent, and they don't look like us. I say that. And one of the things that they talk about are Section 8 housing.
Okay.
And, you know, they're like, buy a house, make it, you know, Section 8 ready, and do bare minimum. Even to the point, one of the discussions, it said, someone put ceiling fans and the dishwasher in it. And they're like, you're doing too much.
Right.
Just keep to, you know, cut the light on and wash the dishes, because now your money flow may change.
Right.
Do you think that's a good investment, purchasing houses and making them Section 8 available?
But Section 8 is good. The government pay. Anything where the government gives a check is good. It's just if you want to put so much money and then wait, like, you know, you have people like that's in that real estate group that don't mind putting 50 out or 100 out, and they waiting for 1,000 to 15 a month. You have people like that that don't mind, or you have people like me that want to put 100 out, and then, you know, I might make 30 or 40 or 50, and then I'll just do that again and again, and then that's just, I'm gonna give you the number. So you put 100 out, and you make 15 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You make 15 a month times 12. What's that? 15,000, 18,000 you make a year. You making a year off that one property. The same one you do, same 100,000 you could put into a property, sell it, make 30.
Okay.
Do it again, make 60. But are you willing to continue to do it? So what you made in 1 year, I could possibly
Make
triple.
Okay.
And with less headache. Because, I mean, the money is good. But if it gives you headache, is it really good?
Okay.
I turn down jobs now simply because it's headache money.
It's too much.
It's just headache money. Like you call me now and say, "Oh, Don, can you do?" Nah, I'll be busy.
Okay.
I'll just turn them down because you can't really enjoy money when it's headache money. You know, you can enjoy money when it's easy money, it's smooth money. A lot of people don't really, you know, have the money to do stuff. A lot of people in the contracting business, a lot of people, you got what you call buyer's remorse. So you'll come in, you'll do the kitchen for $15,000, $20,000. They'll like it. They'll want to pick out the materials. They'll do all that up until the point when it's almost done. The kitchen is painted, the tiles on the floor, the granite is in. Their last check need to be cut. They find every little thing that you missed a piece of cork. There's a piece of dirt on the floor because now they have buyer's remorse. They spent this and the money is just there. It's not doing anything for them at this point. Yeah, the kitchen is beautiful. You can brag about it, but it's not something that you can really kind of take with. So a lot of people get buyer's remorse with contracting work, and they start nitpicking at the end. So I'd rather stick with jobs like right now. A lot of the jobs we do is through the state. So it's simple. You do A, you do B, you get paid. That's it. It's not, no twist to it. It's just A, B, you pay. That's it. Bottom line. You know what I mean? And I like that better than somebody calling me, oh, I thought I wanted my kitchen gray. Oh, I wanted that. Now I still will do full rehabs, and I still do kitchens, and I do baths, and I do basements, but the check got to be right or I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? You're not gonna talk me down, nothing like that. I'm just the check. Like I'm not high and I'm not cheap, but the check gotta be right, or I'm just not. The answer is just gonna be no.
No discount.
I don't really. I've been a licensed contract since 2006.
No.
My discounts was in a year when I first started. Like I don't really need to do discounts now. Like I don't really like. But I get my people.
So you do charity?
Yeah, I do things that I do discount for my people. It's like certain people that I know I'll do stuff for, but. I mean, lately we've been just too busy to do anything for anybody.
So when you say we, it's a company. It's not just you.
So when I say we as in contracting, I do have guys that work for me every day, and I do have a guy that I works for, which is a good friend of mine at Eleanor Design. He gives us all our bathrooms to do, and so it's we. It's just not me. Like he's the man that makes the checks happen, and I'm the guy that go out and make sure that we get the checks and make sure we do the work. So, it's definitely a team effort between all of us, and it's just you can't do everything by yourself. I got a lot of people that I wish that was doing getting some money with me, but everybody don't work like I work. Like, I'm really the boss, but today I lift 20 pieces of sheetrock and all this towels. Like, I lift all this stuff on the truck today by myself. And yesterday I worked, so my nails was dirty, everything yesterday.
And you an old man.
I'm younger than some of these young guys out here. I work them every day.
Okay. Well, it's nothing wrong with doing both.
No, but at this point in my life, I'm supposed to be in the office. But we wanted to check on Friday. People want to go on trips and people want to do things. You gotta go to work. That's it. Bottom line, you ain't no sitting back in the bed. I can call out many of these. You know what I'm saying?
Check at the end.
Yeah, I can call out. I tell people all the time, like, I'm the boss, and I don't even call out. I come out when I'm sick, when my back hurt, no matter what. I'm still out here, so I don't see no reason. I do contracting, I do leases, I do real estate. I'm working on a trucking company. I deal with my family. I deal with my children. I deal with my household. I deal with everything. There's just no reason that a person can't come to work.
So that sounds like you have work ethics.
My grandfather was the same way, so I probably got it from him. My dad wasn't like that. My grandfather was the same way, so I think it skipped the generation that came straight to me. Because my work ethics is crazy. Like, I don't think nobody can outwork me. She'll tell you I came to her house. I'm in a realtor mode. I come to her house and fix something. She'll tell you I ain't right. Yo, what the? Let me get that. Like, I don't really have no turn down belt in the button.
I'm not even at his property.
Yeah, it's Mr. Antoine called and he's piece of work, but he ain't probably listening, but he gonna be on our next segment.
Nah, you gonna have people boycott.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. We changed our mind. We changed our mind. He's not gonna be on our next segment.
All right. If anyone has any questions for Don,
we had somebody supposed to
call in at 215-909-9925. If you have any questions for the Philly Realtor.
What's that say? Can you post his business contact? Oh yeah, we can do that. Because we're going to get some business lessons. Like, let's listen. A lot of y'all got a lot of followers on Instagram and
put
Facebook.
Your business contact in there.
All right, they got to give me a second. I'm talking. I'm shutting.
You in the mode. I'm
spreading the love right now. So I have a lot of people on social media, and one of the things that I wanted to always tell them is that, like, sometimes when you call a person and you want to do business, there's a certain way that you got to do business, and there's a certain way that you need to do business with me. If you watching and you call me, you DM me, you ask me, Brian, first of all, you should introduce yourself and tell me your name. Don't just, hey, do you have any apartments? I mean, sometimes it's really like, that's a little irritating.
So you would prefer, hello, my name is...
Oh, hello, yeah, like, tell me your name because I'm conversing with you. So I want to know your name. I don't
Thank
really
you for
want to...
saying that, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I want to know your name, and then, we can kind of start conversing from there. A lot of times, and I have got this a lot last year, a lot of people says, they'll call people, and the funny thing is they'll call other realtors, and then they'll be like, oh, the guy Philly Realtor, they might not say nothing, they'll be like, oh, I don't like him, he rude. And then they'll come right back to me and tell me, of course. But the problem is that people say that I'm rude, think that I'm rude or I'm mean just because I'm like a no-nonsense type person. So if you call me and you say you want to do something, I'll say, first I may say, well, how's your credit? Oh, my credit sucks. I ain't paying nobody. Okay, what type of money do you have? Well, I got first and last. I don't have security. So you coming to me, your credit sucks, you don't have all the money, and then when I give you the real, like, yo, that's not going to work. I'm rude. Or they'll make appointments and then don't show up and then call me 2 days later and say, oh, can I see that apartment now? No, I'm not showing you nothing else. You missed the appointment. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not coming out. I'm not showing you nothing. Because that makes me rude. So I've never been rude with anybody that called me with a 680 credit score, all the money, and they ready to go. And I'm just upfront and to the point to people who don't have what they need to be and not ready to go. Anytime I went to go look for an apartment before I bought a home, I had the money. I didn't go do no application and didn't have the money. I had the money. I was more than qualified. I knew my credit score before I got there. And
or at least you knew what to say, listen, this is my situation, this is what I'm working with, how can you help me?
I was ready to go. I don't do window shopping. I'm not coming to your job doing window shopping. If I come to your job, it's like me, you work at Target. I'm coming to your job, you walk me all around the aisles, we pick up all the stuff, and then I tell you, I'm going to come back when income tax time comes. I get that. No, that's not cool. I seen people show, like when I first started out, people was running me around, oh, I want to see this apartment, oh, I want to see this apartment, okay, you ready to go? Oh, well, I think I'm going to do when my income tax come. Mind you, it's probably like September or August.
Oh, wow.
Like where do we do that at? Like, come on, y'all gotta stop that, man. This is serious. Like, y'all playing with people's time and people's livelihood. I'd rather you take $200 from me than to waste my time. I'm big on time. I don't care about money. I'd rather you not waste my time. That's super, super important. And then I think that if you're over 21, you should know your credit score. At least know where your credit score is. You should know. I get questions. People call me all the time. I said, what's your monthly income? I think it's $2. I'm not sure. How you don't know your monthly income?
Much you made?
Like, yo, these are things that you need to rehearse with yourself before you call me. Because that throws off a red flag to me already that this person is not together. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to wave you off, and I'm not going to really want to, because you're not together. Call me when you're together. Call me when this stuff is straight. Because I was about to cut, but call me. Call me. Y'all got the beeping button in here?
Beep, beep.
Oh, that's the internet. We can cuss in here.
Nah.
No?
We're going to say,
It's still FCC.
All right.
we're going to say beep, beep.
All right, so I'm just saying, just call when your stuff is together. That's just most important. You might not, like, I deal with a lot of it because I mostly come from where everybody come from. Like, I'm from the hood. Like, I'm not from no suburban section. I live, nice now, but I know I wasn't always where I was, and so I respect it, and I'm genuine, and I kind of gravitate to that. But at the end of the day, I know I gotta prepare y'all to be straight. Like, I gotta prepare y'all, because y'all might get somebody that's not like me. Somebody
that's
that's
not going to tell you the truth and then take your money.
Yeah, not tell you the truth. They might not even want to deal with you. But when you're dealing with professional people in the business and you're putting your money out, I think if you're putting your money out on a property, you want to rent, you put a first, last, and security up, get a person to call. Don't text them. Call them. Hear their voice. Don't text me and say, hey, I got 3 months security. Can I move this day? Yo, call me. Hear my voice. See if you feel comfortable with me. Because you might not feel comfortable. This is your money you're spending. Get to know the person that you're talking to. Yeah, I'm a licensed realtor, but at the end of the day, still get to know the people that you're talking to. It's super, super important.
So, is there, it's getting a little, any more time? It's almost into, well, it seems like we have a few more minutes. Give us 3 real estate pieces of advice.
Well,
we can go home and put into practice.
Well, real estate comes in all shapes and forms. So it's kind of, your question is kind of.
So how about home, mixed use, and commercial? Well, or if I'm starting out, either from a buyer or a seller.
Before you buy any investment property or anything, have a house first. Buy your first house. A lot of people renting out here, a lot of people paying. I'm like, I don't mind renting to you, but I'd rather you buy. Only simply because I'm going to make money no matter what. Whether you rent from me or not, I'm going to make money off somebody. But I'd rather you buy. Like, just buy a house. Buy a house for your family. You might get a house in Overbrook section, Wynford section of Philadelphia for anywhere $100,000 to $150,000. Your mortgage might be like a stack, $1,000. Like, you going to pay that in a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. Buy your house. And another thing people do, which is crazy, and people call me, they get mad at me because of this. Somebody call me, they'll say, I have an eviction, and I want to know if I can rent. I say, well, most of the time you have eviction, somebody might take you, but they may make you leave an extra security deposit, whatever they may do. So I said, well, how much is your eviction? Oh, my eviction is, I didn't pay the landlord $1,500. Say, well, instead of paying the landlord the extra money, just pay the eviction. Then that way you get rid of eviction and you can go on a regular basis. People don't be understanding it. This is like, yo, just pay the eviction. That's done. And then you can
You've actually used the money to put
instead of giving it
into
to
your
him.
investment.
You don't want an eviction.
Investment into
You really
yourself.
don't want an
Exactly, and
eviction
people
on
they
your
don't be
record.
they don't be understanding because I'm real good at numbers, and when you run something past me like that, I'm gonna say no. Your eviction was 15, the house is 15. You got to put up a double, so just pay that off. That's done, and you can do both. Like you can have yours and they taken care of. So like it's just real responsibilities. Like we got to do better when it comes to real responsibilities. Our time is up, I believe, and
All right,
we
y'all,
need to do better.
We're gonna start wrapping it up, and Don, give them your information so that they can know how to contact you.
Instagram is Philly Realtor
Underscore.
_DW. I almost forgot. And Facebook is DW Williams. My contact information is 215-800-5720. If you got some real questions, want to buy some real estate, release, invest, whatever you want to do, we real creative. We get it done no matter what. Like we don't, nothing, no stop us. We gonna get it done. I got a great team to make things work for y'all, and give me a call. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat you on nothing. If it'll work, it'll work. If it can't, it just won't. And we'll get you to where you need to be, as long as you're serious.
All right, mashallah. All right, y'all. So we're gonna close out. Jamila is going to come on and inform y'all on upcoming events, and we'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum. Jamila.
Don't forget, tomorrow is round 2 for the Covered in Business training series. Week 1 was off to a good start. So if you missed out, you really missed out. We have big things going on. It's every Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30. And next week we'll be talking about marketing and branding. The brunch that we had on Sunday was very good. So shout out to all the sisters that came out to the brunch. October 1st, we have the photo shoot for all Muslimas. You can head over to coveredinbusiness.net to sign up for our Eventbrite. Tell a companion to tell a companion to tell a companion to come out there. It's the first Sunday in October at 10 a.m. at the Art Museum steps. And so make sure you guys check us out, and we will be back next week, same time, next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Assalamu alaikum.
Good segment, y'all.
We out, y'all.
We out.